I'll tell you who doesn't know what's going on, and that's freaking The View. The View doesn't have a damn clue what the hell is happening, and it's bad. It's really bad, you guys. They can't get their ish in a line. They can't get their ducks in a row. Kamala Harris campaign is flawless, is what she said. Media to blame for not fawning enough. I knew it was going to be good. The content, man, is getting, it's like, dude, we got to start doing like double shows. I'm not kidding. Like a morning and evening show. There is so much content that it's you can't keep up with it. So she comes on The View, and this is what she said.
Look, I think that Kamala Harris has been running a flawless campaign, and that's why she raised billions of dollars, $1 billion. I think it's because of the momentum that she has. I think it's because people believe in her, and I think people are showing that by the amount of money that they're willing to give to the campaign. I think we have the press to blame for a lot of this. About, you know, Whoopi, you always say you don't believe in polls. I'm with you now, because I'm reading the press. First it was, Kamala's not doing enough press. Then she goes on this huge press tour. She was here with us. I thought she was fantastic. She was energetic. The crowd went wild. It was electric. CNN, Democrats grow anxious. Axios, blue wall blues. Fox, Dems are scared to death. No, Dems are not scared to death. Dems are pumped. What I would like the press to talk a little bit more about is Trump is in hiding. He didn't do the 60 Minutes interview. He does not want to do another debate. He's in mental decline. Obama's speech was captivating in Pittsburgh, yet instead of talking about that, we're talking about what he said before the speech to black men. I think that the media has to do a much better job than what they're doing.
Jeez, dude. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's so outrageous that you actually don't know where to start. You don't know where to begin. So she's going to sit there and say that Donald Trump is in hiding. The dude does rallies with like 100,000 people showing up. What the hell are you talking about? Donald Trump does rallies. I don't need to prove anything to you guys. The guy does podcast after podcast after podcast. The dude does like a speaking engagement multiple times a day, but don't worry, he's in hiding. You can literally go on the Twitter page, Trump War Room, and see endless videos of Donald Trump doing interviews every single day. Well, you also have here, speaking of, it's the media's fault. Well, no, because majority of Americans say Kamala Harris hasn't clearly explained her immigration stance, like at all. This Pew, the Pew Research found that from October 6th, so fairly recent, they found that more than 60% say that Democratic candidate for President Kamala Harris has not clearly explained her policies regarding illegal immigration. Well, her actions have. Her actions say that they want millions of people to come into this country. Her actions say and show that they don't want a border wall. Her actions show and say that she doesn't care about Americans, that you're second-class citizens in your own country. All of her actions show. I could care honestly less what somebody says. I care more about what they do, because it's their actions on what they do that's ultimately going to have the potential either harming me or benefiting me. And right now, almost every action the Biden-Harris administration has done is harming this country and harming Americans. And by harming, I don't necessarily mean physical, even though that is happening where Americans are being murdered and killed. But I also mean according to your wallets and your pocketbooks, as well as taxes. She is driving, her and Biden are driving this country so far in the ground that I'm going to say something kind of outlandish here. I'm not even so sure if Donald Trump can sit there and fix everything in 4 years. I know some of you believe that, and I think that's great, and I wish I had your optimism, but I think things are so bad, and we're teetering on another bubble burst like 2008, that things are so bad, and I think we're holding on by a thin wire right now, that even if Donald Trump wins, we could still spiral out of control, and it wouldn't even be his fault. It would be the Democrats' fault, but he would get the blame from the Democrats. Oh, look who's in office. We told you this would happen. Right? We're teetering on a World War III. We're teetering on Israel, Lebanon, Gaza with Hamas. You got freaking Russia and Ukraine. You got Iranians wanting to kill Trump. You got Iranians sitting there wanting to destroy Israel at the face of the earth. I mean, things are bad, you guys. China right now has surrounded Taiwan. So this whole thing of like everything's just going to be fine and dandy once Trump gets in office, I pray that that takes place. That's why I'm voting for the guy, because I have confidence in him that hopefully he will fix some of it. But man, to fix all of it, they really fucked up, guys. The Democrats really messed up bad. I know you all know that, but I wanted to bring awareness that majority of Americans are really questioning her. But it could be the majority of Americans all we want, but again, majority of Americans might sit there through the popular vote, right, and vote for Kamala. So they say things. This is like always with Democrats. I don't think this illegal immigration's bad. Okay, well, who are you going to vote for? Kamala Harris. She's going to fix it. She caused it, you idiot. Well, I think she's going to fix it. The crime is so bad. Yeah, but you guys are for like the smash and grabs, defunding the police. Hell, Black Lives Matter, Antifa burned down entire cities. They took over entire blocks of cities like Chop and Chaz. Like, what do you mean? They're not doing that, you liar. It's the Republicans that are doing the smash and grabs. I think that's also the main problem we're also seeing in our society is that we're all seeing two different things. Republicans are seeing one thing, Democrats are seeing the other, and there's no middle ground. And I really do think that it's mostly coming from Democrats. Like, I'm going to give you a prime example. My mug is primarily white, correct? No, it's not. It's black, you bigot. That's what they do. I don't think they want to agree is the thing. And I don't mind agreeing with Democrats on things. Hell, I agreed with Bill Clinton earlier. I agreed with Bill earlier. Astonishing. You also have Mike Johnson coming out and talking about voter integrity efforts. Remember, it's preposterous, you guys, to talk about illegal immigrants voting. It's preposterous to think that the Biden-Harris administration would do something foosy. It's preposterous to think that what they did in 2020 was illegitimate. Well, you got Mike Johnson here hammering left CBS News host Margaret Brennan over voter integrity efforts, and we got a clip for all of you. We'll make sure we cue that up, and let's roll it, baby.
Election. Now, look, as President Trump says all the time, and I agree, our side, what we say at the rallies, you've heard, is we've got to make it too big to rig. I think that's really important. I think there is going to be some cheating in this election. I think non-citizens are going to vote. Look, case in point.
You know that it is against the law
for
non-citizens to vote in federal elections. That's established law.
Of course it is.
It is established law, Margaret. We all get that. You freaking buffoon. They came here illegally. They broke the law. They don't care. If they broke the law coming here illegally, then they don't mind breaking the law when it comes to voting. They don't mind breaking the law when it comes to murdering our women and children and raping them. They don't care, you idiot.
Of course it is, but here's the problem. There's a number of states that are not requiring proof of citizenship when illegals or non-citizens register to vote. We know that's happening. Look, Glenn Youngkin in Virginia, I was going to say, he issued an executive order to clean up their voting rolls heading into the election. Less than 30 days out, a couple of days ago, the Biden administration, Department of Justice, Biden-Harris administration, sued the governor in the Commonwealth of Virginia to try to prevent them from cleaning up their voter rolls. See, that kind of thing creates a lot of doubt and concern in the minds of a lot of the American people. Why would they do that?
But respectfully, Speaker,
everybody should want the law to be followed.
Absolutely. Respectfully, Speaker, you both in the course of this interview said that you do believe that states have taken measures that will help the integrity of this election. And then you just also seem to undermine confidence in the integrity of those state elections.
You notice how she pushes back? Basically trying to play it off like he's being hypocritical. Do you notice that you never see this in any of the Harris-Walz interviews? Do you guys notice you never see any of this style pushback? Well, excuse me, Madam Vice President, you sat there and allowed 320,000 children to go missing. How could you say you're going to fix the border? Excuse me, with all due respect, Madam President, Vice President, whatever you are, you sat there and allowed 10.5 plus million illegal immigrants into the country. You never see stuff like this. It's amazing. Only when there's a Republican. Only when there's a Republican. But don't worry, guys. They're not biased. Are you kidding me? Come on. One of the most trustworthy news sources out there.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. It's not me undermining it. It's the actions of the Biden-Harris administration in some of these states. Non-citizens are not allowed to vote under federal law.
Right.
But the states have prohibited. We passed the SAVE Act, in the House. The SAVE Act says you've got to have proof of citizenship before you register to vote. And Chuck Schumer and the Democrats blocked that in the Senate. We could have prevented this. The questions that people have about that, but the Democrats chose not to. They opened the border wide. A lot of people theorize that that was so that they could have non-citizens to vote. These are realities, Margaret. I wish it weren't true, but that's the concern that people have. And in Wisconsin,
people
for
can
example,
have lots
some of the
of
counties
concerns, but it is already law that non-citizens cannot vote in
It is
federal
law, but
elections.
She's an idiot. She's actually an idiot. And I've always said it's a remarkable country that we live in. It really is. We live in the greatest country that God has ever seen, that human existence has ever seen. And look, you could be that much of a buffoon, an idiot like Karine Jean-Pierre, or hell, let's even go as far as Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and be elevated to the highest position in this country, get paid millions of dollars. I understand the president's only 400,000, but millions of dollars to go on TV and not think coherently. It's a remarkable thing. But yet we are here. We don't make millions of dollars. We don't even make thousands of dollars here. And we're in a closet. We're in a closet. All thank you to you guys supporting, because you guys actually have your heads on straight, unlike the Democrats, the media, and, well, the president and vice president. Well, we got more news, folks. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, listening, and hearing, hit that like button. As I've always mentioned, it does support us greatly. I know I'm repeating myself, but we got people that come in and out of here all the time. And if you feel like we deserve your subscription, subscribing is free. Following us over at Rumble is free. And by the way, you should follow us over at Rumble because you'll actually get the notifications.